just a good old boy.
Hey y'all, yesterday we had a tough day. The hay was just so heavy that the rows were wider than the square baler, and thick, and we were having to bale in like first low, like granny gear, just to get through it. It's just been taking too long. All our hay this year on this first cutting has been super thick, super heavy, and I've got to get square bales made. We're wanting to make more square bales than what we've been at now that we got this new accumulator system. We've actually had some dry weather the last couple of weeks, and we've actually been able to get a lot done and have a lot on the ground at one time to bale a lot, unlike last year. And we've come to the conclusion that the 1837 just does not have the capacity to bale the hay that we want to bale in a day anymore. It's still bales just as good. It has not missed a knot all year long, and really can't complain about it. I mean, it's just the smaller baler than what we need as far as the strokes and everything, and we have decided to trade. We have bought an 1840 2019 brand new. I'm on my way to get it right now. I got the inline on and also the rake. We decided to go ahead and trade the rake. Cane Equipment made us a really good offer just to swap rakes. This rake, we've had it for several years now. It's the only rake we have anymore. We sold the New Holland, which I never showed on YouTube, I don't think. Maybe but one time, if I even showed it once. We sold it last fall, and because we never really used it anymore. All we ever used was the coon. The coon had several acres through it, a lot of hay, still a good rate, but for the deal we got offered just to trade it, we just wanted to get a new one. As much hay as we're baling and trying to get through this year, and as heavy as it is, we're wanting to upgrade. We have bought a Coon SR 1082 or G2, I think was the number on it, that like the one I demoed. We did not buy a Peckway because the only 4-wheel rake like we use, or I mean not 4-wheel, 8-wheel rake like we use, they had up there left that they haven't sold. They're waiting on these shipments to come in, is a Coon, which I said before, as far as the rakes go, between the Coon and the Peckway, I think they're two of the best rakes on the market. If he would have had both, it would come down to price to decide which one we would have went with. It had nothing to do with the functionality of them or nothing like that. I think they're both pretty equal and both pretty good rakes. So that's why we went with the Coon, which I don't mind. This Coon has been extremely reliable and just it's been the best rake we've ever owned. So it wasn't a hard decision just going with that. And I like the G2 where it has the narrowing, the back two wheels you can narrow. That'll really help with square baling. We can just pin those over rather than adjusting the screws. If we want to, one hole, and narrow them up and then widen them out for the round baler. So that's what I'm up to this morning. I've got to go up here, pick these two pieces of machinery up, haul butt back home, and then I've got to get everything hooked up to the accumulator and then go bale hay today. But that's why we traded, is because we're needing to make more hay quicker. And I feel like the 1840 is probably going to help us do that. And then the rake, my grandpa decided that he wanted a new rake. So, and for what we're trading for, it was a pretty good deal. No special treatment, no nothing like that. Same deal anybody else would have got if they'd rolled up. So there's no incentives here for me to push these things, if anybody's wondering about that. But the 1837 baler that I've got on, if anybody's interested in it, is an excellent baler. It has not missed a knot all year long, or ever since we started. Baled a good bit of hay with it so far. Hadn't missed a bale, a knot. Everything's working perfect on it. Good little baler if you got a smaller, older baler or a side delivery baler and you're wanting to upgrade to inline but don't want to spend the money on a new one. If you're interested in it, it's up here at Kane Equipment. You can check it out and go look at it. It's a good little baler. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's got new bill hooks, new twine holders, new twine disc, new hay dog springs all the way around, new hay dog bolts all the way around, new hay dog bushings all the way around. It has 2D knives on the top plunger face on the front. Then it also has 2D knives in the bottom of the chamber in it as well. It's got a new knotter chain on it. Just went through the pickup teeth. It's got a bunch of new pickup teeth in it, or a few new pickup teeth anyway. We replaced in it. Got straightened out with those. That's in good condition. Trying to think. Everything was in timed by me. I timed it, well, y'all watched me in the videos time, I think. Went through the entire baler, trying to think. There's done had the plunger out last year, put all new plunger rollers in it, or bearings in the plunger. All those are brand new. The baler's ready to go in the field and bale hay. If anybody wants a baler that's looking for something, wanting maybe go to inline, is more than capable of baling 1,000 bales a day without any trouble. So if you're interested, give Kane Equipment a call. Their number is 770-983-3608. It's a good baler. There's nothing really wrong with it. So y'all go check it out if you're interested. It should be on their website too. And we're gonna go pick this thing up and get it back home. Well, y'all, here she is. Heston Massey Ferguson 1840 Class 1 inline square baler. It has hydraulic pickup. This year they put 4 tine bars in them, made the augers a little bigger. One thing we did do to it, another thing before we get to that, it has an adjustable neck where our old one didn't. It's got a drive shaft holder. This one actually has a drive shaft cover on it. They put sheet metal, which a lot of y'all probably already know, around the flywheel to protect it and everything. Got a slip clutch instead of shear pins on the flywheel. You do still have your shear pin here. One thing I did do was these flat 90-degree angle iron pieces that's in here. I ripped them out, took them out of here. They make these things wrap worse. They're supposed to prevent wrapping, but they actually make them wrap worse. We did that on our 1837 too, and it made it eat better. Tried it with them on it, and it wrapped up twice, so we jerked them off, and now it's working good. The fork's a little different on this one. It's also got the knotter fan up top. It cuts on whenever you turn the key on the tractor. I wired a pigtail up into the accessory plug. I don't know if y'all can see it. Right in there, plugs in right into the tractor from that way, and that way I can move it from whichever tractor we want with ease. Use it on any tractor. It has large twine boxes. I really like this because the old one we used to have to change, stop in the middle of the day and put more twine in it. With this one I can fill it up and just keep baling all day. It's got a toolbox. Really like that. The old one never had a toolbox. We had always used the twine box. Large flotation tires. The hitch is the hitch off the 37 we had, because this one didn't have one on it, and there was no point in buying another one. We just stuck this one, took that one off and stuck it on here. Little flipper here. for your knotter box. When you open this, the fan stops turning. There's the knotters up there. A knotter chain, bell adjuster, just like the one I put on the 1837 on here. It does have a shear bolt for the knotters. A little hood to go on it. It's got the hydraulic density on the thing, or on the chute, extra long chute. Our old one had the hydraulic density too. This one does have the new style pump. Of course, it is brand new. So, mounted the accumulator on the back, got it going on it. I did find out one thing. You can pump hay through this baler so quick that it will throw it off the top because it's going up so fast. And it'll actually fall back down. It'll catch right up there and kind of turn back and fall off. So that's one downside to having the open style on the Coons accumulator on the newer AF10s versus the old 1036s, is these can fall back out if you're really pumping some hay through it. It does have its limits. It will go fast. As long as the windrows are kind of about here, you can move about as fast as you want to go. I mean, this thing will just eat some hay, but if your windrows are so big that they're kind of getting in here and they're starting to pull over a little bit, you got to slow way down. One thing we seen the first day we had it is that it was sucking hay up over the edge and down in here, and it would wrap. That was a problem that we were having with the hay that the 1837 wouldn't bale. That hay was just extremely heavy. But this one bailed it. You just had to go pretty slow, take your time, whereas the other one wouldn't because it was just so dang heavy. My round roller even had a little bit of trouble baling it because we left part of it and just rolled it because it was just so dang heavy. You could not bale it with a square baler. It was just, that's probably some of the thickest hay. I think I said when we were cutting it, it's some of the thickest hay that I can remember cutting it. I don't know when. I mean, it was, like I said, it was tough on that Klaus baler. And I was running, in one field today we did, I was running 9 miles an hour baling, rolling with it. So, I mean, that thing will move on, and it was giving it all it wanted. But, yeah, that's it. That's a Class 1 1840 square baler inline. The new little deal. The rake, haven't showed y'all the rake yet. We're gonna go, I'll show y'all a little bit of footage of this thing baling earlier today. Today is 2 days after I went and originally picked it up. I just did not have time to film that day because the time we got all that stuff on for the accumulator, the hitch, and the back, and everything like it needed to be, we were in the field. And then the next day I actually hired help to help me haul hay because we had to get up so much because it was going to be on the ground too long and sun bleached if we didn't get it up when we did. So I went out and got one of my buddies to help me haul, and we baled all we could, and then I rolled the rest. New speed rake SR108 G2. Y'all may remember that I demoed this, as I said earlier in the video. It does have the adjusters on the back. It has a switch in the center like the one I demoed to lock and unlock each side. The little slots for the floats right here, so you don't have to have a tractor with a float to run this rake anymore. The new style neck, so that way your 3-point arms won't twist and hit right here in this neck. Really like that. Other than that, it's pretty well the same as the old one. So far it's done excellent, perfect job. Hopefully it'll last as long as the old one did. These things are not all that expensive. They're pretty reasonable on these rakes. And if we'd known that it wasn't going to cost any more than it did to trade, we probably traded when I demoed that one. We were too afraid to ask, and when we got a quote on trading our old one in on that one, it was like, well, hell, we might as well trade. get a new one. I mean, that other one is more than paid for itself, so I was real pleased with that. And so far I've been pleased with this thing. It's been doing good. I haven't missed a knot. I did go from 210 to 170 twine this week. They were out of 210 up at Canes. He's got me some new 210 coming in. It's going to be blue. I got half a pallet of that ordered. The 170 though worked good. Didn't have any issues with it except for where I was at today when y'all were watching me bale. When I was twisting a lot, I did bust two, because it was with these accumulators, these coons, they put a lot of pressure on them as you turn, if it's kind of halfway between, and you need a pretty decent knot strength twine to keep from breaking. Normally we run 210. These are 170s. It's on here now. It worked pretty good. I mean, 180, 190 works fine. We used to use that, but we started using 210, and we never had any breaks with that, so we just kept using it. That's what I'm going back to, is 210 once this is gone. I gotta go there this week and pick up that load of twine for it. And we're going to be running 210 blue. I don't even know what brand it is. That's what we're going to be running. Hopefully we'll get some more hay made. I got the back shed basically full, and I've got chicken house half full now, and I've never showed y'all. And then I've started on the front barn, as y'all was watching me unload a little bit. So here in this next part, you're going to see when I'm baling and everything. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.